Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark here in downtown Oklahoma City. It's time for our final presentation of Oklahoma City Dodgers baseball here on Your View on Cox. And what a big game we have for you here tonight. It's game 2 of 4 between the top two teams in the American Northern Division as the Dodgers trail the Colorado Springs Sky Sox by just a half game with 3 games left in this series. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alex Friedman. My partner tonight is Grant Hansen. As again, the Dodgers find themselves a half game out of first place after a series opening loss last night against the Sky Sox. It was a great game that unfortunately did not go in the Dodgers' favor. A lot of late mistakes added up as we'll take a look at how it all went down last night. First of all, in the 7th inning, a couple of key walks to hitters in the bottom of the Colorado Springs order would set up a big inning for them, eventually scoring 3 runs. The Sky Sox took a 1-run lead. The Dodgers had something going in the bottom of the inning. 2 on, none out. Alex Verdugo sends a fly ball to center. Jake Peter a bit too aggressive. He gets tagged out trying to advance to third. So with the Sky Sox still ahead by 1, Domingo Santana leads off the 8th. Andrew Tolles this time over aggressive on his dive attempt. It ends up being a triple for Santana. He would score to make it a 2-run game. Then the Dodgers bases loaded, 1 out in the 9th inning. Cannot get a run home as a force out made at the plate before the Dodgers eventually left the bases loaded. And again, in such a key game, all those little things added up.
Yeah, the Dodgers definitely have to limit the amount of mistakes that they're making, play cleaner baseball, and make the Sky Sox actually earn what they get and not have it given to them.
Dodgers starting pitching has been great throughout this homestand, and the guy who's been one of their unsung heroes this season has been the right-hander Daniel Corsino.
Yeah, Corsino making his 17th start for the season with Oklahoma City tonight. He's been absolutely terrific in his last 3 starts, just allowing 4 runs over 19 innings, including 7 scoreless innings against Omaha and a no decision. And with how inconsistent the Dodgers bullpen's been as of late, they're going to need Corsino to go deep in the game and try to keep his pitch count down.
Well, Corsino and the Dodgers will look to get back into first place here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. If they do, they'll leapfrog the Sky Sox and take a half-game lead. Our first pitch is coming up next. This is Dodgers baseball and Your View on Cox. Just a couple minutes away from the start of tonight's game. And before the Dodgers take the field, here's your umpiring crew for tonight. Brian Fields will be behind the plate. He's the crew chief of this 3-man crew. Alex Ziegler at first base, and Sean Allen is the third base umpire. Currently here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, 92 degrees. Wind continues to blow from right to left at around 15 miles per hour. Now the Dodgers will look to again even up this series and jump back into first place with what will be then just 11 games to go after today. Well, the Sky Sox, they're back in first place for the first time since July the 18th. Here's their starting lineups presented by the Air Force Reserves. Eric Sogard will be in the leadoff spot tonight, followed by Tyler Saladino and Tyrone Taylor. Domingo Santana, Christian Bethancourt, and Richie Schaefer in the middle of the lineup, and Andres Blanco, Dylan Moore, and Paulo Espino finish things out. That is tonight's starting lineups presented by the Air Force Reserves. Sky Sox enter tonight having won 7 straight. Dodgers are 5-3 on this current homestand with 3 games remaining. They're looking to snap a 5-game losing skid against the Sky Sox. So again, entering tonight, just a half game separates these two teams. They still have 8 games to play against each other. Memphis tonight with a win will clinch the American Southern Division. That's the story also on the Pacific side. Fresno with a win tonight clinches the Northern Division, and El Paso also with a win will clinch the Pacific Southern Division. So 3 of the 4 divisions can be clinched tonight. Obviously this one likely won't be clinched for a few days at the very least. And again, the Dodgers hoping that they can regain possession of first place here tonight. Well, last night the Dodgers falling at 6-5. The totals were 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Sky Sox. They left 6 runners on base. The Dodgers with 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, leaving 8 runners on base. Dodgers have just 2 home games remaining here in the regular season. After tonight, both will be against the Sky Sox. The Dodgers finish this season on what will be a 9-game road trip between Iowa and Colorado Springs. Well, this is certainly a team that's down after last night. Certainly doesn't look like it right now, as the Dodgers still waiting to take the field here in the top of the first inning. Not quite sure what is the reason for the holdup. Tonight we've got the Clubhouse Collectibles auction going on here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, as the Dodgers, with a lot of different game-used items up for bid tonight. Proceeds will benefit the Oklahoma City Dodgers Baseball Foundation, and this initiative will support local education throughout the state of Oklahoma. This helped put on in conjunction with the Oklahoman. Daniel Corsino now appears to be ready to go. There was some talk between the home plate umpire and Bill Hasselman. Daniel Corsino's been a consistent starter for the Dodgers tonight. And all season long, Corsino will make his 22nd appearance and 17th start. 3-3 record, 90 and a third innings pitched, 39 runs, 34 earned on 74 hits, 86 strikeouts, 35 walks, and opponents batting .222 against him. Coming off a win on Sunday at home here against Iowa, game 2 of a doubleheader. Alex Verdugo starts in right field tonight. He's been struggling at the plate. Rocky Gale's back behind the plate tonight. Dodgers looking to rebound off the 6-5 loss. Here's the full defense. Edwin Rios, Tim LeCastro, and Alex Verdugo in the outfield. Will Smith at third, Donovan Slaughter the shortstop, Jake Peter at second, Matt Beatty at first, and again Rocky Gale is tonight's catcher. Sky Sox here in the top of the first inning will have Sogard, Saladino, and Taylor coming up. Entering tonight, these teams have played 8 times. Sky Sox have won 5 of the 8. They're dead even in runs. The batting average and ERAs nearly identical. Mentioned the Sky Sox have won the last 5 meetings. But again, exact amount of runs, batting average by a handful of points, home runs separated by 1, the ERA by .02. About as even as it can get. And the Sky Sox, again, they have won 5 straight. 3 of those have been by 1 run, including last night. Oh, we're ready to go here with Eric Sogard leading things off. And the first pitch misses down and away for ball 1. Sogard in the leadoff spot tonight. Hitting .230 with 9 RBIs in 21 games. He's also played 55 games for the parent club Milwaukee Brewers. Takes a strike, teaming up the count. Sogard last night 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored. One of those 2 key walks we talked about in the open in that 7th inning rally. Corsino ahead of him at 1-2. Second time Corsino has faced the Sky Sox this year. It was a abbreviated outing, May the 5th here. 3 scoreless, 2 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Was still getting stretched out as a starting pitcher, and he starts off the night with a strikeout.
Yeah, good start for Daniel Corsino right there. And like we mentioned, his last 3 games, he's been pitching absolutely very, very well. So that's a good start, what you need for the Dodgers.
Well, nothing special there. Just a fastball above the belt and got it past Sogard. He struck out the first 3 batters he faced when he started against Colorado Springs earlier this year. Tyler Saladino had a huge hit last night. Now batting with none on and 1 out. 31 games for, 31 games for Colorado Springs, batting .255, 12 homers, 15 RBIs. A key 2-run, 2-out double down to the count in the 7th inning that gave the Sky Sox the lead for good last night. He finished the game 2 for 4, 2 RBIs and a run scored. Sky Sox out hit the Dodgers 10-9. They had 4 extra base hits compared to just 1 for the Dodgers. 0-2 breaking balls, but high and outside. Saladino began this year in the White Sox organization, came to the Brewers in early May. 43 games at the major league level this year. One-two is hit out of play behind the plate.
Good fastball by Corsino right there on the inside part of the plate. And one thing we talked earlier in pregame is what you need with the Dodgers is you've got to get ahead in the count, and obviously he is in this account. But when you do, you got to put him away. You can't tinker around with this and get your pitch count up.
Saladino grounds one foul down the third base line. Saladino is 29 years old from San Diego. Drafted out of Oral Roberts by the White Sox. Total of 43 games between the Brewers and White Sox this season. Corsino's 1-2. It's outside, evens up the count. Corsino last time out, 5+ innings, 2 runs, 7 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts, helped leading the Dodgers to a 5-2 win. His first personal win since April the 30th. A lot of good starts for him over that time, but just whether it was lack of run support, a late lead slipping away after he had left the game, as now he gets another strikeout as Saladino cuts through the breaking ball. The Dodgers finally got him a win last time out.
Yeah, there you see a good breaking pitch right there. And when he's at his best with that breaking pitch is when he doesn't try to guide it. Sometimes he gets himself in trouble by trying to guide the ball in there to throw a strike, and instead of just letting loose and letting the grip of the pitch do all the work.
Not on 2 out for Tyrone Taylor. Didn't play yesterday. This is outside, so Taylor and Christian Bethancourt, 2 of their better offensive players, neither played yesterday, and the Sky Sox still got a win. That's huge for Rick Sweet and his bunch. Taylor's actually sat the last 2 games for the Sky Sox. Played in both games of a doubleheader Wednesday at home against Iowa, and it was 2 for 7. The team leader in RBIs and hits entering tonight. Next pitch is softly hit foul towards Sky Sox third base coach Ned Yost IV. And the Sky Sox entering tonight on a 7-game win streak, their longest winning streak since 2007. It's kind of hard to believe. It's a soft line drive in a left center field for a base hit. It's a pitch that was down and away, but Taylor able to get around it, and the Sky Sox have their first hit tonight.
For Corsino to be effective tonight, he's got to be able to locate that outside pitch. Obviously, that one was a little more outside, and stick your bat out there and good things happen. But for, like I said, for him to be effective, he's got to be able to locate that outside corner for a strike with that fastball so that he can go back inside.
Runner on for Domingo Santana. Been with Colorado Springs since he was optioned by the Brewers in late June, playing at his 50th game with the Sky Sox. Swings through a slider for strike 1. Santana 1 for 4 with a triple and a run scored. That triple part of, again, one of the miscues committed by the Dodgers last night on what should have just been a base hit, but Andrew Tolles being a bit too aggressive, unfortunately, and it turned it into a triple. And of course, Santana would later score. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Santana, big guy, 6'5", 220 pounds, still only 20 26 years old, and he just turned 26 earlier this month. Throw to first base, and Taylor in safely. This is a Sky Sox team that leads the league in stolen bases, also has the second most stolen bases as a team in their franchise history. Second baseman Peter towards the middle for the right-handed hitter. Taylor gets a good jump, pitches swung out and missed, or did he get a piece of it? He fouled it off, fortunately for the Dodgers. It also was going to be an easy steal for Taylor. It's one of those where I don't know if Gale intentionally dropped it because it looked like he had a chance to maybe squeeze it. If he did, that's about as crafty as a move as you can have. Now in front at 1-2. Grounded left side. Solano to his left has it. The throw to first will end the inning. The run's a hit and one man left. Dodgers will look to score in the first inning for a third straight night after the break. This is Dodgers baseball here on Your View on Cox. Starting lineup presented by the Air Force Reserves. Tim LeCastro and Alex Verdugo, the 1-2 hitters. Donovan Solano also come up here in the first. Edwin Rios, Will Smith, Matt Beatty, the heart of the order, and Rocky Gale, Jake Peter, Daniel Corsino. Round things out, the lineup presented by the Air Force Reserves. Paulo Espino makes the start for the Sky Sox. 20 overall appearances, 8 starts between both Colorado Springs and Round Rock this year. 53 innings pitched, 35 runs, 32 earned on 61 hits, 52 strikeouts against 23 walks at opponents batting .292. Tim LeCastro will lead things off. Although it's been a while since he's had a hit, he has been able to get on base at a good clip. Well, LeCastro's actually 0 for his last 13, and last night 0 for 2, but reached base 3 times. Hit by a pitch once, walked twice. And enters tonight with an on-base percentage over .400. Our baseman Moore right near the edge of the grass. Blanco a bit in at first. Santana, the right fielder, shallow. And the first pitch from Espino called for a strike. I'll mention the last 2 nights, Dodgers have scored a run in the first inning. And they've scored within the first or second inning in 5 straight games. Pitch is weakly grounded, and LeCastro stumbled out of the box. Moore able to field and throw to first. If LeCastro kept his feet with his speed, that would have been an awfully close play, but due to the stumble, he's out. The defense for the Sky Sox. The outfield, Richie Schaefer, Tyrone Taylor, and Domingo Santana. Dylan Moore and Tyler Saladino on the left side. Eric Sogard, Andres Blanco on the right side, and Christian Bethencourt catching. Base is empty for Alex Verdugo. Now Verdugo really in his first prolonged slump of the season, just 1 for his last 19. Last night 1 for 4, the walk and a run scored. Shift on with Saladino to the right of second base. Moore back of the infield, halfway between second and third. Takes the off-speed pitch low. Espino will go fastball, changeup, curve, and slider. Verdugo fouls off a 2-1 pitch. It's the first time the Dodgers this season has faced Espino when he's been with Colorado Springs. Faced him twice earlier in the year with Round Rock and really knocked him around. And in 3 career appearances, including last year, they've had success against this Colorado Springs right-hander.
Beat him once when he was with the Sky Sox last year. Spent most of last year in Milwaukee's organization, including making his major league debut. Went to the Rangers late in the season, re-signed with the Rangers in the offseason, and acquired by Milwaukee in May. Trying a fly ball to center. Taylor starts in, stops, picks it up, and makes the catch.
Yeah, there in that bat, you saw 3 of his 4 pitches right there, and a little off speed right around the outside part of the plate. You know, like you said, Alex, the last 2 games they've been able to score in the first inning. It'd be nice to see the Dodgers get something going with 2 outs and try to get some momentum created early in the game.
Batting just .224 on the homestand. First pitch to Solano is outside, and the struggles really go back the series before the homestand in Omaha. 11 straight games with single-digit hit totals. Fly ball into right field. Santana back to his left will make the catch at his side at the front of the warning track. And the Dodgers down in order in the first. We're scoreless after an inning at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. This is Oklahoma City Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox. A playoff race right now. Manager Bill Hasselman, who's a little bit blocked, talking with Dodgers outfield and base running coordinator Tarek Brock at the moment. Now, talked with Bill Hasselman earlier today, and certainly an extremely disappointing loss last night. He certainly felt that. And just really, it's the same stuff that we saw. A lot of little things that added up and mistakes that cannot be made in a series like this. But said it's far from, the end of the world, and it's also far from what he would call a must-win game tonight. Christian Bethancourt to start off the second. Bethancourt didn't play last night, the team leader in homers. Last game for Bethancourt Thursday at home against Iowa was 2 for 5 with an RBI. And he's hit Dodgers pitching well this year. Popped up right side. Beatty to his left near the tarp, reaches over the tarp and now tumbles in between the tarp and the seats. He tried to sell it like he had made the catch. He clearly did not, but I'll give him credit for trying. But what an effort by Beatty. I thought with the wind blowing the way it is, it could keep that ball in play. It almost did.
Yeah, Rios had a ball last night pretty similar where we thought it might go out. Kind of brought him back to the foul line last night, so.
Well, Matt Beatty, the fact that he's even playing right now was not expected, as the pitch swung out and missed. He had a thumb injury earlier in the year that looked like it could sideline him for the rest of the season.
It's good to see Corsina right there be ahead in the count and put him away early. It looked like he did one of his quick pitches home. Just caught the hitter off guard a little bit.
Brings up Richie Schaefer, who after getting off to a slow start with Colorado Springs, starting to emerge the last couple times out. Came off the bench and collected 2 hits, including a double last night. In his last 2 games, he's gone 4 for 5 after getting off to a 2 for 21 start.
Yeah, you see they're trying to work that outside part of the plate. He's just going to have to bring that in just a little bit more so they can expand the outside part of the zone.
Behind Schaefer, who was signed by Milwaukee as a free agent July the 16th. Spending most of his career in the Tampa Bay organization. Last couple years in Cleveland system, included a 30 home run campaign last year at AAA Columbus. Now Corsino behind at 3-1. Andres Blanco on deck. Now Corsino certainly at the beginning of the year was not expected to be part of this rotation. Really started the year having to make some starts out of necessity, and he's going to walk Schaefer with 1 out. There's so many times Brock Stewart got scratched from starts due to need at the big league level. Corsino usually just stepped in and eventually became a regular member of this rotation and has had a tremendous season. I always say you're going to get contributions in some ways from some people every single year you don't expect. And Daniel Corsino probably the #1 candidate for that on this team. Blanco smacks one deep right field. It's a home run into the upper deck. Sky Sox take a 2-0 lead, a no-doubt shout off of Blanco's bat, his 9th of the year. And the first pitch after the walk, the Sky Sox leading 2-0.
And try to go inside fastball, and that pitch, the left-hand hitter obviously didn't get it in enough.
Dodgers have now allowed a home run in 5 straight home games. That ties a season-long streak. The 9th home run allowed by Corsino this year, but just the 3rd at home. And Blanco got all of it. It was not a cheapie.
See, I'd like to see Corsino mix something up here. They're trying to establish the outside part of the plate, but he's missing, which is getting him behind in the count.
Moore hits one towards the seats, right side. Another chance for Beatty at the tarp. He won't tumble over this time. Dylan Moore struck out in his only at bat last night. Series batted .303 between AA Biloxi and the Sky Sox. Popped him up. Gale towards the Batgirl is going to make the catch. A nice play by Rocky Gale. Body control to maneuver near the backstop. Make the underhanded grab. It's the 2nd out.
See, try to go slider low and away there. Just missed his location, but sometimes with you miss, you get a little lucky. Luckily, the wind brought that ball back. Rocky Gale made a great play right here.
I know football season's coming up. That's like a receiver keeping those 2 feet inbounds right along the sideline. Espino 2 for 8 at the plate this season. Now the Sky Sox taking a 2-0 lead here off the Blanco home run. Grounded to short. Solano to his left. End the inning, but again, the Sky Sox are in front. Some early thunder from Andres Blanco. 2-run shot, his 9th of the year, has given the Sky Sox a 2-zip lead. This is Dodgers baseball and your view on Cox. Let's try that again, Alex. Chaparral Energy Family Sunday returns for the final time tomorrow here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. The entire family can enjoy face painters, inflatables, player autographs, and kids running the bases. Get your ticket now for just $9 at OKCDodgers.com. Apparently, it's my first time doing this. Edwin Rios, Will Smith, Matt Beatty here in the bottom of the 2nd. And when the Dodgers do not score first of late, that is not a good sign. They're down by 2 runs early here tonight. And again, you figured that they were going to need to score more than 2 runs to win this game anyway. Espino retired the side on 11 pitches in the first. Just 3 and 9 the last 12 times the opponent has scored first. Rios hits one well to right center field. It's down in the gap. It'll head to the base of the wall. Rios jogs into second with a leadoff double on the first pitch.
Yeah, Rios put a charge into that one. Gets the fans excited. Last night, Rios had a great play at first base that got the fans pumped up. This is kind of what you need with no outs. Get the ball rolling, get something started.
23rd double for Rios.
Rios' 23rd double this season. Again, a season that didn't start till late May. Well, Will Smith put in the 5-hole tonight. And he's going to have some opportunities. And has one right away here in his first at bat. Didn't play yesterday. 148 through 15 games with the Dodgers after being promoted from AA Tulsa. Last game was Thursday against Omaha, 0 for 3 with an RBI. And now he's in a 2-0 count.
Well, and Smith has been struggling lately, and obviously now that you're in a hitter's count, this is a good opportunity to look for your pitch, put something into it.
Now, even though the hits might not be all that plentiful late, the approach in the plate appearances, the quality has certainly been better his last few games.
And that's what you have to do. You just have to have an approach that you're going to go up there with the mindset of having a quality at bat. Obviously, a good take right there.
That was Espino getting a win in his last game. Pitched out of the bullpen following Brandon Woodruff at home against Omaha. And he walks Smith to put 2 on with none out. Well, Matt Beatty a chance to get the Dodgers on the board. Now 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Beatty in 21 games this year, again limited due to injury, even .300 average, 1 homer, 6 RBIs. Last night pinch hit in the 9th inning and struck out in his only at bat. Showing bunt, takes low. Pitching coach Fred Dabney sees something he doesn't like, and he's going to go out to talk with Espino. I mean, he was out of the dugout just as soon as the ball hit the leather of Betancourt.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see what would cause him to come out and make a visit. You only get 6 visits a game, so it must have been something that was important to burn one of those visits. As you saw, it looked like they were going to try for the sacrifice bunt right there. And when runs are hard to come by, you got to try to get them when you can. And sometimes that's just playing old school baseball, advancing runners, going station to station.
It is still early, even though the Dodgers are down by 2. Not showing bunt. Swings through a pitch down and in. Now Beatty tore a ligament in his left thumb. on a game at this ballpark on June the 16th. Thought he'd be done for the year. Had surgery to repair it. Unfortunately, able to come back quicker than expected. Last year was the Texas League Player of the Year at AA Tulsa. Hurt himself initially right at the end of spring training, an oblique strain on a swing. Had a couple setbacks while he was rehabbing in Arizona. Didn't join the Dodgers till late May. And again, wasn't even with the team a month before he suffered that thumb injury. Grounded right side. Blanco diving stop will get up, flip to Espino at the base for the first out.
Basically getting the same result as the sacrifice bunt, and that's what you need. If you're going to get an out, you got to try to advance the runners.
What hasn't Blanco done this series?
I was about to say, that's actually a tricky play down the line. He made a great play.
Got on base 3 times last night. A great defensive play in the 9th inning that prevented a run from scoring. Starts off tonight with a 2-run homer. 2 in scoring position for Rocky Gale. And a 1 for 18 slide at the moment. Slow slurving breaking ball called for a strike. Gale last night 0 for 3. Breaking ball grounded left side. Diving stop by Saladino. It prevents a second run from scoring. Now it is an RBI signal for Gale. But if that ball gets to the outfield, Smith's a decent runner. And I think he would have had a good chance to score and tie the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll see on this pitch they went back-to-back curveballs. The first one was just a slow floater in there for a strike. On the second one, almost the same thing. Good job of just sitting back and driving it, scoring a run, but great play at short just to save an additional run there.
Yeah, I don't think there's much doubt. If that ball gets past Saladino, Smith is going to score. This is a huge at-bat with the pitcher on deck. And Peter grounds it back to Espino. Can't find it. Now from his knees, he throws to first. And it'll tie the game. Boy, it looked like Smith. I mean, he had stopped. Espino, though, really never looked to home. Never looked to see where Smith was. They could have got him in a rundown, even with Espino down on the ground. Peter will pick up an RBI ground out, and the Dodgers have pulled even at 2-2.
Well, we talked about how the Dodgers need to limit their mistakes, and on the other side, you see that they're capitalizing on the mistakes the Sky Sox have made. If he was able to see that Will Smith was right in the middle down the line, could have got him in a rundown, but instead, run scores.
Corsino, a grounder through the middle of base hit. Here comes Gale to the plate. Taylor's throw on the money, and it is in time. What a throw by Tyrone Taylor to end the inning.
Wow.
You could not have asked for a better throw from Tyrone Taylor, who keeps this game tied. Now, Corsino with the base hit. Gale, not a great runner, but still a tremendous throw from Taylor. Keeps this game tied, so the Dodgers do pull even, getting 2 runs on 3 hits and leaving a man on. Both teams with a deuce in the second. We go to the third after the break here on Dodgers Baseball and Your View on Cox. Now this is how the bottom of the second inning ended. Corsino, who's a good hitter, grounds one through the middle. Tyrone Taylor, the Sky Sox center fielder, just textbook the way he fields, lines himself up, and a perfect throw for Gale to be tagged out. And Grant and I were talking during the break. Colorado Springs now 11 innings in this series has done just about everything right defensively.
No, they have, and we said in pregame that you want to make the Sky Sox earn every bit of it. And they certainly are. Just a great throw. Big league arm right there. Didn't even have to move his glove.
Top of the order coming up for the Sky Sox. Eric Sogard led off the game with a strikeout. First pitch lines it foul off to the right. Eric Sogard, 584 career Major League games, primarily with the Oakland A's. Second year in the Brewers organization. Starting to show bunt, takes it high and in. 31 years old, from the Phoenix area. Played his college baseball at Arizona State. Signed with the Padres out of college. His younger brother, Alex Sogard, a former Oklahoma City pitcher. Played for the OKC Redhawks when they were affiliated with the Houston Astros. Which is popped up towards the seats left side. It's going to get about 7 rows out of play. Eric Sogard and Alex Sogard are like me and my brother. I'm the older one, but a lot shorter.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to pay attention to tonight is the pitch count of Corsino. Right now he's at 37 pitches, and you know, over the last couple games, the Dodgers starting pitching staff has gone, you know, into the 6th inning, where when you turn it over to the bullpen is when things have kind of started to unravel. So wanted to pay attention to his pitch count to see how deep in this game can he go.
That's going to be a base hit out to left center field. Leadoff man on for the first time tonight for the Sky Sox. Man on for Saladino. Struck out his first time up. Infielders at double play depth. Dodgers have turned 7 of them the last 3 nights. Starts him up with a breaking ball that missed a little in.
See, that's what I was saying earlier, is on that slider. Sometimes when he's not throwing that slider for a strike, he tries to guide it, which it's actually counterproductive. He needs to just let it go and let it rip. And that's when he's going to have that tight bite.
Now misses away with a fastball.
Still having issues locating the outside part of the plate for strike. And I think once he does that, once he establishes the outside part of the plate, it's going to expand the zone a little bit where he can work more inside and change eye levels and location. It's kind of forcing him to stay middle in.
Well hit ball to center. LeCastro will make the catch on the move near the warning track. It was stung, but ends up in the first out of the inning. Brings up Taylor, who kept this game tied with a great throw to end last inning. Singled his first time up. Swings to the first pitch. Gets it out of play to the right side. Taylor batting .323 this month. Infielders remain at regular double play depth. It's a soft liner to shallow center. Another base hit. Sogard on his way to third. A throw's going to come into second, and runners are at the corners with 1 out. Now Taylor, impact already 2 for 2 with that outfield assist on the play at the plate. Brings up Domingo Santana, familiar face in this ballpark. Spent virtually the entire 2014 season with the OKC Redhawks when he was in the Astros organization. Had great numbers that year, as you can see. A chance to give Colorado Springs the lead. And he chases after the first pitch for strike one.
It's a good slider right there. Going away, get him to chase.
Grounded to short his first time up. Sky Sox last night 2 for 5 in their runner at third, less than 2 out chances. Fooled on the breaking ball, and well, he's chased low once, he's chased high the other. In a at bat where the best outcome, I should say second best outcome behind a double play, is a strikeout. What do you think they should do here after 2 poor swings by Santana?
I think you got to go to the slider again and try to go low and away in the dirt, get him to chase. Oh, went with a fastball there.
It's 3 straight swings and misses. The strikeout Santana. It's Corsino's 4th strikeout. Just never looked comfortable in that at bat.
And that's why I was saying how they need to establish the outside part of the plate, because that's where they went the last 2, and then they brought it back in. And that was just great job, great pitching right there.
Well, it's a big second out, but now you got to deal with another dangerous hitter in Bethancourt. Throw to first, and Taylor in safely.
You'd like to see Corsino get a little lucky with getting a couple of bats where they're 1 pitch outs or few pitch outs to limit that count.
Good slider for a strike. Really have not seen much of Corsino's changeup tonight. And I don't know if we'll see it here with a right-handed batter at the plate. And part of that maybe has to do with the fact there are just really not many left-handed bats in the Sky Sox lineup.
And I think Corsino's still trying to get in his rhythm. He's a little, I would say, effectively wild today. He's missed some spots, but he's been able to get away with it. I think once he settles in and starts locating those pitches, he might mix in that changeup a little bit more.
Gets a grounder to short. Solano's got it. Throw to first in time, and Corsino gets out of the jam with a strikeout and a ground out. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Dodgers still tied up 2-2 here on Your View on Cox. Bottom of the 3rd inning, tied 2-2 as Daniel Corsino able to keep it tied after getting out of a jam. Dodgers able to get 2 runs and 3 hits last inning. Now only 5 guys came to the plate, but only 14 pitches thrown by Espino. So the Dodgers being pretty aggressive early in the count against him. It'll be LaCastro, Verdugo, and Solano coming up. Castro grounded out his first time up.
I'd like to see if they try to stay with the slider low and away with LaCastro the entire series or the last 2 games. They've almost been picking on him with that pitch because he's looked a little uncomfortable. And then his last at bat, he saw a couple on that side of the plate.
Starts him with a breaking ball that misses high. Corner infielders play him in. There's another breaking ball, and it's called for a strike.
I think it's one of those things where if you're Colorado Springs, you're just going to keep doing it until it stops working. But you got to give LeCastro credit. I mean, he's been struggling, but he's finding ways to get on base, and that's what you got to love about the guy.
Comes more with the curveball that time, and it misses down and away. Espino from Panama. It's part of an all-Panamanian battery tonight between Espino and Bethancourt, a country that's produced a handful of major leaguers over the years. And there's LeCastro getting hit with a pitch yet again for the 17th time this month. I mean, the large majority of players won't get hit by a pitch 17 times in a year.
I just love the way how he competes. I mean, it's one of those things where they know he wants to go away, so that's why he's closer in on to the plate.
That is the 17th time LeCastro's been hit by pitch this month.
Now LeCastro, a great threat to steal too, 18 for 20 on the year. And on for Verdugo. Verdugo flying out to center his first time up. Verdugo in a 1 for 20 stretch, which for him is an anomaly.
Yeah, when you have guys that are struggling like that, that's where you would like to see the Dodgers be aggressive on the base pass to try to get something else going.
Takes a close pitch outside. Enter tonight still first in the league in batting average. Trying to become Oklahoma City's first player to win a PCL batting title. With the recent struggles, the batting average has dropped 15 points from 346 to 331. There goes LeCastro. Pitch is grounded towards the right side, fielded by Sogard. Flips it over to first. Now Verdugo grounds out. LeCastro moves to second. One down for Donovan Solano.
And that's what you have to do if you're the Dodgers. You just have to keep grinding. You have to be aggressive there. So now you've got a runner in scoring position, 1 out with Solano at the plate.
Donovan Solano coming up. Flight out to deep right his first time up. Well, Solano grounding into a force out to end the game with the bases loaded last night. Dodgers had the bases loaded, 1 out. Down by 1 with Verdugo, Farmer, and Solano coming up. Not sure you would have asked for 3 other guys to be in that situation. And Verdugo grounded to the force out at the plate. Farmer drew a walk. And this was earlier in Solano's at bat. Again, it was a play in which the Dodgers thought Mike Zagurski might have balked. But upon looking at it, reading the rule book, it did appear to be the correct call. And showed it tonight to our official score, Mark Huseman, who's a longtime college umpire, and I didn't even say anything. I just said, here's the situation, bases loaded at the plate, looked at it. He said, that's fine. He said, that's fine with me. He said it was a move to get his foot separated from the rubber. Now, if part of his foot was still on the rubber when he made that fake to third, it would have been a balk, but the foot had been clear of the rubber when it happened.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was, is from our camera angle, we looked at a couple of them, and it looked like he had kind of just toe-touched.
Center his first time off. That's from the left side. Rios looking for a 2-out hit to put the Dodgers in front for the first time tonight. And now it's 2-0 to Rios. Will Smith on deck. Defense will play Rios straight away. This is down again.
Well, you give him the green light here?
Absolutely. Especially because Smith is on deck. I mean, he's been quiet lately. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that 4-pitch walk was by design.
Yeah, we've mentioned Will Smith had his struggles since being promoted from Double-A Tulsa. But I'll tell you what, I still love his approach. He's having, I say quality at bats. He's going up there and hacking. Just got to have a little bit of luck every now and then to kind of get something going.
And it just seemed, I've said this before when we were on the air 2 nights ago, every time he's coming up, he's had a chance to drive in a run, it is seen throughout this homestand.
Yeah, there were a couple guys I wanted to watch in batting practice today, and he was definitely one of them. I was wanting to see what he was working on and how he just makes an approach in batting practice, and it was actually pretty impressive. He was actually working on, outside pitches and driving them to the right field. He wasn't in there just swinging away. So it would be nice to see him put something together, get some runs scored this inning. Yeah, and see, that's the pitch that if it's a strike, you'd like to see him drive that to right field, because that was the one thing he was working on today.
Colorado Springs was in the exact same scenario in the top of this inning. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Corsino got out of it. Will Espino do the same? Big curveball called for a strike.
And it looked like Will Smith saw that all the way in. He's probably looking for another pitch. And you got to think he's wanting to try to prove himself also to this team. I mean, being a first rounder in 2016, getting promoted from Double-A to Triple-A this month.
Got a fastball to hit, but could not make contact, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, and 2 left. So both teams leave runners at first and third. In the third, they've mirrored each other so far tonight. We'll go to the fourth and a 2-2 tie here on Your View on Cox. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Sky Sox. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. Alex Friedman and Grant Hansen with you here on Your View on Cox. Our final presentation of Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox this season. It's been a fun first year, and hopefully it'll end with the Dodgers win. Dodgers are 4-10 in these televised games. Yep, brought it out. First pitch to Richie Schaefer, hit on a play to the right side. Schaefer walked and scored in the second. Takes a breaking ball for strike 2.
Yeah, those 4-10 games, I'd like to go back to look to see what the scores were of the 10 losses, because I would like to say most of those were within a few runs and were errors that the Dodgers made that caused some of those issues, and they didn't capitalize on the mistakes by the opponents. Either they started strong and fell off towards the end, or they had a big inning. And that's kind of been the Achilles heel of the Dodgers pitching staff, is they've been allowed. Oh, there's a quick pitch by Corsino right there from Kay.
Second straight time he went to it. And Schaefer, I don't think, is very happy about it.
Yeah, I think he's wanting to know if he came set or anything like that. It's so quick.
And he's barking at Corsino. He doesn't have to come set if nobody's on base. That's part of pitching.
Yeah, and you did. You saw him barking at Corsino right there. And I'll tell you right now, if you're
if you're a player on the Oklahoma City Dodgers and you saw that, you just got a little pumped up, and you're definitely going to defend your pitcher there.
And here's Andres Blanco, who homered his last time up, and is off to quite the start in the series. Let's go back to the second inning. Blanco first pitch. Lefties love it there. And he sends into the upper deck for his 9th homer of the season.
Well, and you saw in that home run pitch there, they were trying to go fastball away, and he missed his spot. Ended up being on the inside part of the plate, and they turned on it for the home run. Those are the mistakes that they have to clean up. They just need to clean up the game of baseball almost on all aspects.
'17th year of pro ball for Andres Blanco. From Urama, Venezuela.
That's incredible right there, 17 years.
He is 34 years old.
I think having the ability to play professional baseball for 17 years, getting paid to do something you love, there's nothing quite like it.
A lot of big league time with the Cubs, Red Sox, Phillies last several seasons.
Good spot right there.
Dylan Moore on deck. Blanco's now 7 for his last 14 when you add his home run last time up. Breaking ball misses in, and Blanco's worked it full after his 0-2.
Yeah, you've been seeing a lot of fastballs and a lot of sliders. Mixes in a curveball right there. Definitely a lot sharper this inning with his pitches and locations than he's been in the previous 3. See, this is a count, full count. You've got to make a great pitch here.
Blanco's got another hit. He can't be stopped right now. Puts a man on for Dylan Moore. Popped out his first time up. More batting from the right side. Infielders at double play depth. Hit out a play to the right.
Yeah, much better slider right there on the outside part of the plate. You can tell he brought it in. He's been leaving it over there, you know, good 3 to 4 inches on the outside part of the plate. Starting to locate his pitches a lot better, which will allow him to do more with his secondary pitches.
You know, we talked about how Corsino for the Dodgers was that guy making big contributions, being from an unexpected source. Moore pops one up. Peter back to his left is going to make the catch at his side. And Dylan Moore is certainly that guy for the Sky Sox. Released by the Braves in spring training, had average numbers at best last year with the Braves at Double-A Mississippi, and this year has put up great numbers. A couple levels of the Brewers organization.
There you see a 2-pitch out for Corsino, and that's what I would like to see more of from him. If he can get them to put the ball in play, stay aggressive with that fastball and the secondary slider.
Corsino got Espino for a base hit. Espino 0 for 1 tonight. 224 in his career, so pretty decent with the bat.
A little low, a little lower than I thought it would be for a strike, but no complaints for the Dodger staff right there.
Grounded towards Smith. Waits on the second hop. Sets and throws to first to end the inning. Dodgers and the Sky Sox still in a tie. We'll keep it here during the break and send it over to our public address announcer, Doug Sturgis.
We are headed to sections 113 and 114 to host Susan for a game of volleyballin'.
Hey there, Dodgers fans. It's time for volleyballin'. The balls are already flying. It's section 113 versus 114. We're going to see who wins. So everyone, hide your babies, hide your beer, keep those nachos safe. It's time for volleyballin'. Let's go! And the balls are flying everywhere. Up in the balcony, you can help us out. 10 more seconds. You want all the balls on the other side. All right, who's winning? Guess what? I think it's 114. Woo! They win bragging rights for the rest of the day, and we're going to send you all back to more fun and Dodgers baseball. See you around.
Kids ages 3 to 12 are invited to join the
Merchandise
OKC
from the
Dodgers
official
Cup
Oklahoma
Club,
City
presented by
Dodgers team
Gentle
store.
Depot.
Stock up on all your half shirts and jerseys today at shopokcdodgers.com. It's your home for all OKC Dodgers gear. Bottom of the fourth, Dodgers looking for their first lead. Again, it's essentially been a mirror act between these two teams and how each inning has gone. Matt Beatty, Rocky Gale, Jake Peter coming up. Beatty grounded out his first time up. Again, across the league tonight, a chance for 3 teams to clinch their divisions. This one obviously not involved in that. Memphis, El Paso, and Fresno, all they have to do, all 3 of those teams have to do, is win tonight. Essentially, 3/4 of the playoff field is set. This is the only division that's really up for grabs. Dodgers will have games tomorrow and Monday here against the Sky Sox, then 5 over next weekend. And with that loss last night, the Dodgers fell out of first place for the first time since July the 18th. Dodgers led by as many as 3 games as recently as August 14th. Now the Dodgers have gone 6-6, so 500 since then. Not great, not terrible. Sky Sox, though, have gone 8-2, which again includes a 7-game winning streak entering tonight. First pitch to Beatty, rounds it right to Sogard. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, you mentioned Bill Hasselman had said it's not a must-win tonight, but it definitely has kind of a playoff feel to it, just with fighting over that top spot in the division.
The Dodgers led the division by as many as 6 games. That was entering June the 18th. That is a date that I have brought up several times, and for whatever reason, that was the turning point of this season, and not in a good way. The Dodgers, up to that point, had reached 17 games above 500, their best record of the year, as they were 41-24 entering June the 18th. Since then, 27-36. At one point, they actually fell behind as much as 2.5 games, so it ended up being an 8.5 game swing at one point. Gale hits one in the air to center. Taylor still going back. He'll make the catch on the front of the warning track. Espino has retired the first two batters here in the fourth very quickly. Just a total of 3 pitches. Peters got an RBI ground out. At the very least, looks to get on base to prevent Corsino's spot for leading off the next inning. Drops in a curveball for strike 2.
Yeah, he's been able to throw that curveball and freeze the hitters a few times this game. Mix it in pretty well.
Uses a little bit of a slide step there out of the windup to alter the timing. The Sky Sox are only 1-7 in Espino's starts this season. They've lost the last 5. He's put up fair numbers in his starts. Better than he has when he's pitched out of the bullpen.
There you see that little quick slide step again, and Alex, you said it, trying to mix up the timing, and one thing is what it is hitting his timing, and pitching is basically upsetting that timing. See, that's what he's trying to do.
Peter with a fly ball to right towards Santana. The Dodgers down in order here in the fourth. Moving to the 5th inning. Teams are in a 2-2 deadlock. This is Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox. Daniel Corsino solid through 4 innings tonight, and he's got 5 strikeouts so far, and he's done it with a few different kind of pitches.
Yeah, you can tell he was almost effectively wild in the first couple innings, and now he's settled down, starting to locate his pitches a lot better, working both sides of the plate, changing eye levels up and down. And that's when he's effective, is when he's locating his fastball on the outside corner of the plate. He's able to go inside with a 2-seam and then follow that back up with his that tight slider that he has. When he throws it hard with conviction.
Top of the order here for the Sky Sox. Sogard, Saladino, and Taylor. Sogard 1 for 2. Smith towards the grass at third. Fouls it back to even up the count. And the Sky Sox on their longest winning streak since 2007, even though when they had a great team last year and won the division by a healthy margin. They had 1 6-game win streak and 2 5-game win streaks.
It's not a bad spot to miss right there. You can see that was Corsino's 67th pitch, and obviously most pitchers in organized baseball have somewhat of a pitch count around 75, 85 that they try not to expand. So you can imagine Coach Bill Hasselman has a plan, depending on if he can get through the 5th, possibly the 6th. Ideally, you'd like to see him get through the 6th, so then you have some setup guys lined up for the 7th, 8th, and 9th. See Alley stretching out in the bullpen there.
Got him to pop up on 3-1. Like Castro over to his left. He'll adjust and make the catch. Huge pitch.
Yeah, you said it right there. Behind in the count, 3-1. And gets an out, and you're going to have to need kind of gifts like those to extend in this game. And there you can see the pitch was on the inside part of the plate and pops him up. Yeah, you definitely want to see Corsino finish this inning and try to get to the 6th and possibly through the 6th.
Here's pitch to Saladino, called for a strike. Saladino is struck out and flied out. Sends another fly ball to center. Castro about 2.5 steps to the left, 2 away.
I think that might have been one of his best sliders of the game so far. Late action, right where he wanted on the outside part of the plate.
Taylor's 2 for 2 tonight. Just missed for ball one. Taylor signed with the Brewers out of high school from Torrance, California, 2012. We talked about this with Clint Coulter, signed out of high school in the same draft. Brewers going to have a decision to make in terms of Taylor's future after this season. I would think, given the way he has played this year, he's likely a September call-up candidate. Now in a 2-0 count. Taylor was committed to Cal State Fullerton, deciding to start his pro career instead. Now he's at a 3-1 count. Santana on deck. Orsino looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Swung at ball four. As he saw a fastball that was up, but it was running in.
Yeah, these are the counts you want to try to stay away from, avoiding a full count. See, he's still trying to work that outside part of the plate. But he's got to be aggressive here. He just, with a full count, 2 outs, the last thing you want is a free pass to keep something going here. And like you said, you want that 1-2-3 inning.
Might get it. Beatty in foul territory, able to make a sliding catch right near the camera well. Twice Corsino fell behind a batter at 3-1, and twice he eventually gets him out and does have his first 1-2-3 inning of the season. Beatty's been a busy guy over there in foul territory on the right side tonight. Took a tumble over the tarp earlier and now slides right in front of the camera well to end the 5th inning. Dodgers again trying to jump in front for the first time tonight. We're back in a moment here on Your View on Competition. 8 seconds out of time. Swinging a sharp liner past a diving Sogard, and Daniel Corsino's 2 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, and who said pitchers can't hit?
He's now 7 for 22 on the year.
Well, you got to like a guy who's going to help out his own cause.
He's got 2 of the team's 4 hits.
And what's great about it is now you're at the top of the order with no outs, runner at first.
Emily Castro's 0 for 1. He's been grounded out and hit by a pitch. And he grounds 1-2, bounces to short. So much for the leadoff single.
Yeah, it's no secret they definitely have a scouting report on Castro. They're just attacking that outside part of the plate. He just kind of rolls over it for the 6-4-3.
The first ground ball double play induced by Espino this season.
I don't even know how that's possible, but
it's right here on the
no,
paper.
I believe.
Yeah.
No, I believe you. I just would expect you get a
right
lot more ground ball double plays than that.
Yeah, you'd luck into one at some point. So now it's 2 pitches and 2 outs.
And I hate to go back to this, but we talk about the miscues and the mistakes, and the Dodgers just seem to keep hurting themselves when they get an opportunity to do something on the base pass or with the bat.
So can Verdugo finally break out of this recent rut? He's down to the count 0-2. Now Espino only needed 8 pitches last inning, and he's a pitch away from having another really quick inning. Hit well, deep left center. The Taylor to his right will make the catch. 5 pitches this inning, and the inning's over. Well, the Dodgers down quickly here. They get the leadoff single, but a double play ball later. The Dodgers struggling to string something together here at the plate. Go to the 6th. This is Dodgers baseball and your view on Cox. Fans enjoying the Budweiser deck out in left field here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark tonight. Only 2 more chances to be able to come out to the ballpark guaranteed. Of course, if the Dodgers do go to the playoffs, there will be some more. But for now, it's just tomorrow and Monday. Tied as we begin the 6th inning. Heart of the order due up for the Sky Sox. Corsino coming off his first 1-2-3 inning. Santana's 0 for 2. Grounded out in the first, struck out in the third. And now Corsino behind at 2-0.
So he tried that quick pitch again, and they're definitely smiling at each other on that one.
That's a head scratcher when you're in a 1-0 count. Grounds 1 to third, right to Smith. 1 down here in the 6th.
You say it's a head scratcher, and I agree with you, and then he follows it up with a really good slider on a 2-0 pitch.
One out for Christian Bethancourt. Struck out and grounded out.
And then you see Corsino there basically pause on the leg lift. He's kind of giving you about 3 different looks here.
And it certainly fooled Bethancourt. It's pretty incredible what Christian Bethancourt has done this year. Last year with the Padres, he was primarily a relief pitcher. He had been a catcher throughout his career. Great arm, and the Padres would have him hit occasionally, but again, primarily a relief pitcher at AAA El Paso. Got all of 25 at-bats last year, and now this year enters tonight hitting .295 with 19 homers and 63 RBIs.
Yeah, that's got to be difficult to be a relief pitcher, then occasionally get at-bats and then switch. So now you're catching. Good 2-1 pitch there.
He set career highs across the board. He was a guy who would be low average, flash some pop. Good arm, good defense. And really the first time he's really had a big of an offensive season at the plate. That's a full count. Got him. Strikeout number 6.
It's almost like the two teams have different approaches. You know, we were talking about how Oklahoma City is attacking really quick in the count, where Colorado Springs is kind of getting deep in the count and seeing a lot of pitches, making Corsino throw a lot of pitches.
Well, remember what happened last at bat between Schaefer and Corsino. He's going to quick pitch him again. As Schaefer got a couple quick pitches, struck out, and had some words for both the umpire and Corsino as he was walking back to the dugout.
See, and I'm okay with that quick pitch if you're ahead in the count. But when you're struggling, you're working most counts to full counts. Just try to stay consistent. He's thrown about 3 different deliveries, and so that's got to be tough to try to locate the zone.
And look at what Schaefer's doing. He is not moving at all. It's like, hey, I'm ready for you this time.
To a pitch on the outside part of the plate there.
You see Corsino's pitch count at 90. There's no action in the Dodgers bullpen. Andres Blanco, who has had a huge series, is on deck. And if he cannot retire Schaefer, you're going to give Blanco a chance with a man on base. A fastball past him for strike 2.
Yeah, you got the third straight batter where he's thrown or worked to a full count.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, again, if you're ahead in the count and you have confidence in doing that, hey, I'm all for it. But Corsino's been throwing up in the zone, and he's missing his spot on the outside part of the plate. You're just giving free pass. That's a 2-out walk right there.
With the guy who's been the team's best hitter in the series now at the plate. There is one of the rare changeups we've seen tonight.
And I think he's got to start mixing that in. That was a great changeup. Just to see the run on that to a left-hand hitter was impressive.
Wonder if they double up on it. One fastball.
Yeah, but they went on the outside part of the plate, which I think you and I were both on the same page. They're going to go on the outside part of the plate. I really thought they would have doubled up with that changeup after seeing that pitch. I imagine you try to go another fastball away here.
Rocky's setting up. They do, and he got him. Now came the change that time, and a beautiful 3-pitch sequence to fool Blanco, who has been a Dodger killer in the series so far. So 2 strikeouts and a scoreless 6 for Corsino, who yet again has given the Dodgers a quality outing. And unfortunately, yet again, the Dodgers have not given him much run support, but hopefully that'll change. We'll be back after the break here on Your View on Cox. Start planning your 2019 season at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Save your seats and experience all the benefits of being an OKC Dodgers season ticket holder by renewing today. Visit OKCDodgers.com/renewal for more information. And if you don't renew your season tickets, those dinosaurs are going to come after you. So there you go. Going to be Jurassic Park in your own backyard when you wake up. Solano, Rios, Smith, 3-4-5 coming up. Espino's needed just 13 pitches to complete the last 2 innings. Now, Espino has been a swingman and has not worked all that deep into games. The season high is 5 1/3 innings. It's a rare time he's even pitched into the 6th.
It's a good curveball right there. Tell you what, he's shown that sharp curveball several times tonight. Good 12-6 break.
Lefty Nick Ramirez throwing in the bullpen.
It's almost like a right-handed version of a Barry Zito curveball.
Flies one out of play to the right.
Yeah, he's done a great job tonight of mixing up his pitches. Keeping the Dodgers hitters
off the timing.
There it is again. Just a second strikeout tonight. But well, he doesn't have the strikeouts. He's got the efficiency. Rios has doubled and walked tonight.
Tell you what, he's throwing that curveball pretty consistent.
Stetson Alley warming for Oklahoma City. Alley.
It's a nice pitch, nice break.
Yeah, I thought last night the starting pitching matchup favored Colorado Springs. I thought tonight it favored the Dodgers.
Nick Ramirez warming for Colorado Springs.
And it's been virtually even both nights. Stetson Alley getting loose as Daniel Corsino's at 96 pitches. You figure he's done. Curveball a little bit outside. A rare full count for a Dodgers hitter. Gets a fastball by him. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the sixth. Smith 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Walked and scored the second, struck out the third. Spino's retired 8 of 9 and 10 of the last 12. Able to hold his swing as the fastball missed high.
Curveball again. You can see the Dodgers pitchers are recognizing it. It's just, it's got so much break to it. You almost want to just take. Try to find another pitch to hit.
Fastball fielded in the hole. Saladino throws to first. Andres Blanco in the middle of another great play. Fields it on a bounce in foul territory. Keeps his foot on the bag while falling down. We talked about how the defense continues to execute for Colorado Springs, and they do it again to end a 1-2-3 inning. Well, again, the Dodgers have given, or Corsino's given the Dodgers a chance in this one, but he's not going to figure in the decision. Dodgers bullpen will take over after the break. We're tied up here on Your View on Cox.
Double switch for Oklahoma City. Now pitching.
It's going to be up to the Dodgers bullpen tonight. It's been an inconsistent unit of late. And Stetson Alley, the first man out. Part of a double switch. Alley, the new pitcher. Kyle Farmer takes over at third. Farmer will bat ninth. Pitcher spot now batting fifth. Will Smith out of the game after making the final out of last inning. Moore, the pitcher spot, and Sogard due up here in the seventh. Alley, the hard-throwing right-hander, out of the stretch with none on. Moore's 0 for 2 with a pair of pop-outs tonight. Well, Daniel Corsino once again gives the Dodgers a great start, and again he's going to have to settle for no decision. For Corsino, it is the 8th time this year he's had a start of at least 5 innings with 2 or fewer runs. The results in a no decision. Alley's last outing was on Thursday night. Retired the only batter he faced with the tying run in scoring position and 2 outs in the 8th. Got Paulo Orlando of Omaha to ground out. Now he's behind 3-1. And the pitcher spot is due up next. It is Reimer Liriano, who is on deck for the Sky Sox. And Corsino, 6 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Pitch is hit out of play at the right side.
Reimer Liriano is the on-deck circle for Colorado Springs.
The Dodgers bullpen on this homestand has an ERA near 5. Last night, bullpen was given a 2-run lead. Grounded to the right side, right to Farmer just into the game. 1 down.
Well, there you see another full count by a Dodgers pitcher there. Able to climb the ladder, stay aggressive, make good pitches. Ground ball out. Kind of makes me wonder if we do start seeing some struggles with the Oklahoma City bullpen, what kind of leash is Bill Hausman going to have, considering the issues that they've had being consistent.
Liriano pinch hitting. It'll end Espino's night. Liriano last night 0 for 4 with a walk. Also had a key outfield assist.
There you saw the arm strength of Alley at 99 on the radar gun.
Jacob Unruh of the Oklahoman has a really good article out now on newsok.com on Stetson Alley. A guy who was a high round pick out of high school by the Pirates. Signed as a pitcher, was wild and ineffective. Converted to a corner outfielder. Liriano hits one of the air to right center. Verdugo over to his right makes the catch. Then signed with the Dodgers last year again as an outfielder, but was not playing very often. Converted in the middle last season to a relief pitcher. And says he, for a long time, put a lot of pressure on himself, being a high round pick. But being in the Dodgers organization has helped him have fun again. This is away to Sogard. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Alley will consistently throw the fastball in the high 90s and the low triple digits. I've seen him get as high as 101. Close, but ball 3. Saladino on deck. Well, the 7th inning is where things unraveled for the Dodgers last night. Where'd it miss?
Well, then again, another 2-out walk by the Oklahoma City Dodgers pitching staff. I can't tell off the top of my hand, but I don't know how many consecutive bats there's been where it's worked to a 3-ball count.
the Dodgers pitchers. But they have to get ahead in the count and put them away. They're throwing way too many pitches to each batters.
Now the throw is wide, but it takes a fortunate bounce right back to Beatty. That nearly went out of play and would have put Sogard at second base. And again, it was a perfect bounce as far as the Dodgers were concerned, with no chance for Sogard to advance. Saladino delivered the big hit for the Sky Sox in the 7th last night. He's at the plate now with a go-ahead run at first.
Yeah, it looked like he was going on that pitch. It's kind of a good hold by Alley to mix up his looks. Decided not to steal second on that one. I think that's another thing that's helped him in the long run, kind of transition from a thrower to a pitcher. Strike one there. But for a guy that throws as hard as he does, sometimes you just go out there and throw as hard as you can. And back in 2010, when he was basically listed as one of the best raw power hitters in the draft, so he's trying to decide, is it more hitting, is it more pitching? And he's found his niche in pitching.
And with the slider in it, boy, this strike zone has seemed to shrink here in the 7th inning. Popped him up. Will it stay in play? Peter into foul territory. No one gets it.
See, that one looked like Peter was calling for the ball.
Yeah, Beatty peeled out.
And that should be Peter's ball anyway.
Right.
As you can see, they're both hustling down the line. That's what looks like where Peter called the ball. Beatty jumps off of it, and it drops. That reminded me of the play in the College World Series with Arkansas.
Oh. Gosh, I hope it doesn't turn out the same way.
No, we'll knock on wood over here.
I don't think it was quite as like that play, but close. Rios into his left is there, and no heartbreaking home run follows up this time, fortunately for the Dodgers. It's time to stretch, sing Oklahoma, and get some runs. The Dodgers look to break a 2-2 tie. Let's send it to public address announcer Doug Sturgis.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to rise for the 7th inning stretch and join in the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
last night here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. And hopefully the rousing rendition of Oklahoma will get the Nats going. Matt Beatty will be the first to face relief pitcher Nick Ramirez. Paulo Espino in a big spot gives the Sky Sox his best start of the year. The Sky Sox have had guys step up a lot in this series so far who might not be the usual suspects. Both teams scored 2 in the second tonight. Beatty slices one left side. Schaefer on the move. It's over his head. Beatty heading to second. He will stop there. It's a leadoff double.
Yeah, we've talked about how the winds kind of caused some havoc in the outfield during this homestand. And there you can see ball hits the left center field. Wind blowing right to left, just misjudged it. Definitely something you need if you're Oklahoma City to get you going.
Only one pitch, and Fred Dabney goes out to the mound. I would imagine this is more to talk about tendencies, what the Dodgers like to do here, talk about the infield defense. Looks like a lot of his comments were directed towards Saladino, the shortstop. Maybe talk about putting a back pick on at second, changing up the signs with the runner at second. Gale's 1 for 2 with an RBI single tonight. Nick Ramirez making his 18th appearance, 3-2, 9.29 ERA, 34 innings, 22 runs, 20 earned on 39 hits, 15 strikeouts and 18 walks. Gale fouls it back. Rocky Gale's a guy who Bill Houseman, he likes to use to bunt, but you've got Jake Peter on deck. Left on left matchup, does not hit lefties well. And I think Gale's going to be given the chance to swing away instead. RBI single the second, flight out the fourth. Grounded weakly. Beatty wisely takes off as Moore cuts it off and throws it to first. That's a great read by Beatty at second.
Yeah, I was about to say you want Rocky to try to hit behind the runner there. Obviously hits in front, third base, but a slow chopper brings the third baseman in. Allows for Beatty to advance to third.
Well, we've talked about, as we get another look at that ground ball in which Beatty's able to advance, how guys who maybe have not been big contributors throughout the year have stepped up in times like this. Jake Peter do that. It has been a tough season in his first year in the Dodgers organization. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI tonight. Infield playing in. There's the 1-0. Sliders outside. The infield in with Saladino right near the middle. Fouled it off. Now Beatty's like an average runner at third. Two-one to Peter. Grounded back to Ramirez, looks the runner back to third and throws to first.
It seems like every time Oklahoma City gets something started, just shoot themselves in the foot. Definitely the one place you don't want to hit is right back to the pitcher, infield in. You got to try to find a pitch that you can drive to the outfield if the infield's in, just to get that runner in.
2-1 pitch, too.
Well, and then on the 2-0 pitch, they threw a curveball that he swung at and fouled it off. You would think that you're trying to be aggressive and find the pitch to drive, but then you take a hack at a 2-0 curveball.
This is Farmer's first at bat. Came in as part of a double switch in the top of this inning. Farmer 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored last night. Joe Broussard's been throwing in the Dodgers bullpen. Trying not to let the leadoff double go to waste. 2-0.
Well, here you have another hitter's count. 2-0. You can see they're trying to work the outside part of the plate. Now you have the fans getting into the game. I think everybody here knows how important this run is at third.
Well, with LeCastro struggling the way he has, I wonder if they're being extra careful with Farmer. Yeah, none of those pitches were close. They did not want to give Kyle Farmer even anything close to a strike. Well, Grant, you've talked about the slider to LeCastro. Does he have to sit on it?
See, I think this one might be a little different just because on the sliders that have been on the outside part of the plate, they've been against right-handed hitters. So now you're facing left-hand hitters, so I'm wondering if they're going to try to go slider inside.
I tried to backdoor it, and it missed. Paulo Espino gave Colorado Springs his best start of the year when they needed it most. 6 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts through only 75 pitches.
Yep. There you see it. Yeah, they're not going to change their game plan. It's there you see a back-to-back slider. They're basically saying that Castro has to beat us with that slider, which he hasn't.
And now he's down to the count at 1-2.
Now this is the question: are you going to see another slider? The 1-2 count. You've seen back-to-back-to-back sliders.
Got a fastball, and he sends it out of play. For 2 and has been hit by a pitch tonight. 0 for his last 15.
I'll tell you what, he seems more confident in the box than he did yesterday. Just looks like he has that confidence when he's up there.
And that great plate appearance in the 9th inning, which he eventually drew a walk. Kind of an odd-looking pitch.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a slider or if that was some sort of changeup there that he got on the side of. Didn't really have that slider bite to it.
Bethencourt caught it awkwardly, too.
Well, for a guy that struggled, it seems to get on base even while he's struggling.
Big pitch.
Grounded left side. Saladino kicks it. Literally kicks it to right field. The go-ahead run scores. It's ruled a base hit for LeCastro, and the Dodgers in front 3-2.
Yeah, you've heard us praise Colorado Springs defense all night. Finally, LeCastro hits the ball hard to shortstop. Literally boots it. There's the one mistake that Colorado Springs has made defensively, and the Oklahoma City Dodgers capitalize. And all with 2 outs.
Well, we just saw LeCastro get a much-needed hit. Hopefully Alex Verdugo can follow suit. It ends up being scored a double. A throw to third nearly got Farmer. Now, just like with Tim LeCastro, even though Verdugo has been struggling, Moore definitely thought he had him. I was going to say, and now, yeah, the pitch was called for a strike. That was the clarification. Grounded off of Ramirez's glove. There's going to be no play.
Now you see the fans getting involved. It's putting the ball in play, and that's what they're doing. And I absolutely love it. Going base to base. Now you got a 4-2 lead, and it's all with the 2 outs. These are the situations that the Dodgers have failed to get those big hits in key situations, and now you have back-to-back hits here. It's going to be a tough play for a pitcher to make anyway.
It's one of those, you know, again, I say this all the time. You can't fault the guy for reacting and trying to make the play, but if he doesn't touch it with the shift on, it's likely an inning-ending ground down.
Yeah, and you do. You try to teach, you know, even at the lower levels in Little League and high school and stuff like that, you want those balls to get through so that you do have a chance for your infielders to make the play. But like you said, just reaction. A lot of pitchers go with either small gloves or really large gloves, so either they miss it or they catch it. A couple good bounces for the Dodgers this inning.
Snap throw, Verdugo in safely. Dodgers have taken their first lead tonight. The 3-4-5 hitters due up in the 8th inning. Joe Broussard getting loose. Solano's in an 0-2 count. He's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Breaking ball, weakly hit right side. Long run for Sogar and throw to first in time to end the inning. But the Dodgers take the lead. 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 2 on base. They'll go to the 8th with a 4-2 lead in their back pocket. We'll be back here in a moment on Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox. Dodgers are back at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark tomorrow night for Game 3 of the series against the Sky Sox. Don't miss a minute of the action as the teams battle for a spot in the 2018 PCL playoffs. Get your tickets now starting at just $9 at OKCDodgers.com or call 405-218-2150. Joe Broussard's going to be the new pitcher for the Dodgers with the 3-4-5 hitters coming up for the Sky Sox.
Joe Broussard now pitching for Oklahoma City, number 30, Broussard.
Stetson Alley went 1 inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, no strikeouts. So again, right now the Sky Sox a half game ahead of the Dodgers. Memphis with a win tonight can clinch the division. Same for Fresno, looking to wrap up the Pacific Northern. And El Paso also a chance to win a 4th straight Pacific Southern Division title. As for Memphis, they're batting in the bottom of the 9th inning, down by 1 against Nashville. If they're able to come back and win, they'll celebrate tonight. If not, they'll be in the same situation tomorrow. El Paso is early in their game, scoreless in the first, and Fresno also in a scoreless first inning at home against Salt Lake. And again, the Dodgers with a win tonight will regain sole possession of first place. Joe Broussard appearing for a 2nd straight game, league leading 54th appearance. 5-4, 9 saves, 3.34 ERA, 62 innings, 66 strikeouts, 22 walks. Last night got himself in a jam with the Dodgers down by 2 in the 9th. A walk and a double started off the inning. And then he got strikeout, pop out to keep the Dodgers within 2. Tyrone Taylor leads off. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Taylor bats from the right side. Broussard last night threw 19 pitches, 12 strikes. A guy that manager Bill Hausman feels pitches better on back-to-back days. He's behind 2-0.
Yeah, like you said last night, he got in a little bit of trouble in the 9th inning, and that was just because he was leaving his fastball up in the zone. He was elevating everything, getting behind in the count. And obviously, he's behind in this count here. Good pitch there. But you can tell he's got a better downhill plane, which means he's staying back, not moving out in front, leaving the arm back.
Peter playing Tyler up the middle. Grounded to Farmer. At the bag, has it. Tossed to first for the first out. Base is empty for Santana. Santana 0 for 3 tonight. I mean, they're all big at bats from here on out, but when you've got Bethencourt, the team leader in home runs, on deck, it's even a more important at bat right now.
Yeah, it's good to see Broussard get that quick first out and then start this count with a strike 1.
Breaking ball hit in the air to center. LeCastro looked like he didn't see it. Santana heading to second. Here's the throw, the tag. He got him!
That's a great play right there.
LeCastro, not known for his arm. That might be his best throw of the year.
You got to give Solano a lot of credit right here. He was deking him the entire time as there was no throw. LeCastro put it right on the money, and at the last second, Solano with the sweep tag.
Rick Sweet, Colorado Springs manager, out to talk with Sean Allen about it. I think Santana's saying his left foot got the bag before Solano's tag was on.
I think what happened is his cleat got caught in the dirt, which if that wouldn't have happened, his right leg would have been on the base, but it got caught in the dirt, which allowed him to make a tag. And then right off the bat, LeCastro looked like he lost that at some point because he started kind of slowly jogging, trying to locate it, and had to pick it back up.
First pitch to Bethencourt. From the first base side. Now it's hard to tell from there. I mean, his right cleat went above the base. Bethencourt 0 for 3 tonight. Fouled off for strike 2. Ariel Hernandez warming in the Sky Sox bullpen. If the Dodgers face him, that'll be a nice storyline. A guy who spent a lot of this year with OKC before he was lost on waivers to the Brewers. Broussard trying to get it there with the Dodgers still in front by 2. There's Hernandez. Got him.
It's a great spot.
Fastball up in the zone, taken for strike 3. The Dodgers pitch a scoreless 8th, thanks to some good pitching and a better throw by Tim LeCastro. And look to get some breathing room here in a moment. This is Dodgers baseball and your view on Cox. The Dodgers last inning able to break the tie. Tim LeCastro with runners at the corner sent a grounder to short. Saladino went down to try and make the play. It gets knocked into shallow right. Dodgers score the go-ahead run. It puts runners at second and third. Then Verdugo, the sharp grounder off of Ramiro's glove. That allowed another run to score, so the Dodgers will look to add to a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th against an old friend in Ariel Hernandez. As Hernandez, good chunk of the season, pitching for the OKC Dodgers. Got claimed off waivers by the Brewers on August the 7th. 21 appearances for OKC, in which he was 3-2 with 1 save, a 3.2 ERA. In his time with Colorado Springs, 3 appearances. First 2 were good, last one wasn't. Now, talking with Bill Hasselman in the past, when he was claimed off waivers, he said if we end up facing Ariel Hernandez, we're not swinging until there's 2 strikes. Now, whether that actually happens, I don't know. Because he is not prone, well, obviously it's not the case. Because he can be all over the place, and that's what happened in his last outing. Walked 4 guys in 2/3 of an inning.
Yeah, for a guy who has probably one of the better curveballs in minor league baseball, you want to wait and see how that curveball is going to be. If you can't throw for a strike, you're going to sit on that fastball. Instead, Rio swings at the first pitch.
I mean, he has got electric stuff. You see why he has gotten passed around the waiver wire the last few years and worth having a spot on your 40-man roster. If he can put it together, and he had some time with Cincinnati last year in the big leagues, he can be a special pitcher. I mean, he had some games with the Dodgers where he came up huge. He also had some games that wanted to make you pull your hair out.
Yeah, his stuff is electric. So, yeah, when you have someone that has that kind of stuff, you're going to give him an opportunity.
Pitcher spot is up next. Tolles is on deck. Rios tonight, 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Struck out his last time up. Two breaking ball fouled off.
Yeah, sometimes teams will just take a chance on somebody just to see if the changes might change their approach, their outlook. Might find a pitching coach that has something that can improve your game.
It's full count.
But you can see how electric his stuff is just right here on the television. And you're right, Alex. If he ever puts it together with that power curveball, he's got special stuff.
Hit in the air to center. Taylor back to his left is there for the catch. Gave it a ride, but it's the first down.
Rios pinch hitting for Oklahoma City. Rios. Tolles.
Andrew Tolles will now pinch hit in the pitcher spot. Tolles last night 1 for 4, an RBI double and a run scored. Brian Schlitter starts the throw in the Dodgers bullpen. Sky Sox in the top of the ninth will have Schaefer, Blanco, and Morduan. Tolles is having a nice homestand. 10 for 29, 9 RBIs, 9 runs scored in the 8 games. Off the outside corner, ball 2.
Yeah, Tolles is definitely one of those guys that does work the count. He's not afraid to see a lot of pitches and try to find his, which hasn't been the case with a lot of the Dodgers hitters. Trying to be too aggressive early.
I mean, I understand on one hand you don't want to let a cookie go by. And I'm not saying that you need to be that extreme, not swinging till 2 strikes, but I think against Hernandez, you got to take a strike.
Well, yeah, especially when you know that, I mean, if he previously played for you, you're going to know everything about him. You have a better scouting report on him as you've seen him. So you kind of know how to approach that.
Colorado Springs scored twice in the second on an Andres Blanco 2-run homer. The Dodgers answered with 2 in the bottom of the inning. RBIs by Gale and Peter, and then a couple of 2-out hits in the 7th by LeCastro and Verdugo gave the Dodgers the lead. Fans him on a pitch downstairs. There's 2 away in the 8th. '81 for 3 with a double. Got the rally started in the 7th inning with a double to left center. Dodgers slightly out hitting the Sky Sox 4-2. We mentioned entering tonight 8 games. Both teams had scored exactly 29 runs. Dodgers had 2 more hits than the Sky Sox. They're separated by 2 runs and 1 hit tonight. Dodgers trying to end a 5-game skid against the Sky Sox and regain control to first place. These first 2 games have certainly lived up to the billing. That's a good pitch, but it missed barely. You can tell both Bethancourt and
yeah, you can see he's still shaking his head there.
And Colorado Springs pitching coach Fred Damdy, who's got a bit of a reputation around this league of being one of the more vocal pitching coaches, certainly did not care for the call either. And he walks him. Gale 1 for 3 with an RBI single tonight. Well outside, ball 1. Of course, Gale has caught Hernandez a bit earlier this year. Brought home the game's first, or not the game's, but the Dodgers' first run with an RBI single in the second. Six straight outside the zone.
Well, it's exactly how you described it, you know, and how they should be taking with Hernandez on the mound.
There's a strike. Dodgers trying to rally with 2 out to add to their lead. Two on breaking ball, a strike. Throw to first. What a stop by Blanco. Count is now even. Great job by Blanco to make sure it didn't get into right field. And Blanco's due up second. He's been the Sky Sox best hitter in the series. He'll be due up second in the 9th. Two to Gale. Starts his swing and he couldn't hold it on a fastball down and away. And the strikeout ends the inning. No runs, no hits, a man left. We go to the 9th. Dodgers trying to protect a 2-run lead here on Your View on Cox. We enter the 9th inning. Dodgers have a 2-run lead. If they're able to hang on, they jump back in front of the Sky Sox for first place in the division. The Sky Sox come back and win. They'll have a 1.5 game lead on the Dodgers. Sky Sox led 2-0. Dodgers have scored the game's last 4 runs. Brian Schlitter enters the game to pitch here in the 9th. Schaefer, Blanco, and Moore due up if anyone gets on the pitcher spot. 3 guys remain on the bench, all right-handed hitters. Schlitter to make his 53rd appearance, 6-1, 18 saves, 3.43 RA, 60 in a third innings, 42 strikeouts, 23 walks.
10 pitches, 7 strikes.
Schaefer has walked twice tonight. He scored once. Is a straight switch. Broussard, 1 inning, no runs, a hit, no walks, 1 strikeout. One to Schaefer. And missed by much. Been a lot of hitters counts for Colorado Springs tonight. Schaefer walked and scored in the 2nd, struck out of the 4th, walked in the 6th. Behind at 3-1. Schlitter last pitch Thursday. A 1-2-3 9th inning to wrap up a 3-2 win against Omaha. This one's got a lot more riding on it. There's strike 2. Setting at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Walked him. Third walk drawn by Schaefer. And the tying run's going to come up with none out. Blanco has killed the Dodgers this series. At the plate and in the field. Grounds it towards short. Solano over to second for 1. That's all they're going to get with the shift on. Solano had to wait for Peter to get over.
Yeah, I can see Schlitter low and away in the zone, and Solano makes a good pick here. And the one thing I like about this is he doesn't try to do too much.
Right.
He takes his time, sets his feet, and gets the lead out. I mean, I would be terrified to see if you try to rush to try to make a great play in an attempt to try to turn a double play, and they throw the ball away. Smart play right there.
Tying run still at the plate, though. Moore taps it in front of the plate. Gale calls for it, sets his feet to first, 2 down. And Moore got a little bit tripped up with Beatty there. Clint Coulter is pinch hitting in the pitcher's spot, representing the tying run. Coulter just brought up from Double-A a few days ago. And a tremendous Triple-A debut. Last night he was 0 for 3. Coulter batting from the right side. First pitch from Schlitter. Blanco at second, 2 down. Dodgers trying to hang on. Even up this series. To Coulter.
I don't know where that pitch is right there.
Jacob Barnes.
Makes 2 of us.
Colorado Springs, number 31, Barnes.
I think sometimes that sinker for Schlitter has so much move it can also trip up the umpire. Popped up. Who's going to want it? Beatty under it. Ball game. Dodgers are back in first place. It's not too often you get a series like this near the end of the year in a battle for first place. And the first 2 games have been close from start to finish. And the Dodgers tonight hold a good Colorado Springs offense to just 2 runs. And the bullpen, which, as we mentioned, has been inconsistent tonight, was on the right side of it this evening. They did an excellent job to either keep the game tied or keep the lead. And the Dodgers win this one 4-2. Again, they've evened up the series, and they're now a half game back in first place over the Sky Sox. Also snaps the Sky Sox 7-game win streak and their 5-game win streak against the Dodgers. We'll be back to wrap it all up in a moment. Dodgers winners 4-2 tonight here on Your View on Cox.
Alley is credited with the win for Sarge.